Hey mates, let's go for a cup of tea once we get our licenses updated. What's up, royal subjects? It's Caleb Salvatore, back here for the Roads to Freedom Foundation. Welcome to the GOAT of YouTube channels. And that's GOAT in capital letters because greatest of all time. Welcome back if you've been here before. I totally love you either way. This is Caleb's Corner. Today, boys and girls, we're gonna talk about why the UK is
a total disaster.
Now, a lot of people in the UK have been brainwashed to think that their government's crimes against basic civil liberties are acceptable. Not all of them, but a lot. So if any of them have their anger licenses up to date, they're really gonna give me a lot of hate in the comments on this. So just to pour salt in the wound, I'd like to remind them that we beat them in 2 wars. Seriously though. You hear all the time about the UK with its police state problem, including censorship and anti-self-defense laws. So I thought we'd go over a few examples. This tea is disgusting. In early 2018, British subject Nigel Stringer had 3 cars pull up to his family's home. According to Stringer, there were 4 men armed with knives, a crossbow, and a handgun. But wait a minute, I thought handguns were illegal in the UK. How did they get that? Stringer then grabbed a child's hockey stick, since, you know, British subjects have been disarmed and can't properly defend themselves, and attacked one of the men, the first one at the door, chasing him off, yelling that the redcoats, police, were on the way. Thankfully, Stringer and his family were okay. No one was seriously injured. That's why I'm making light of this situation. However, this individual did happen to be black, and while Stringer was attacking him, he was yelling some racial obscenities. Since he was yelling the racial obscenities, when the redcoats, police, arrived, he was arrested for a hate crime. Yeah, you didn't mishear me there. A hate crime. Now, I've never been in a situation where I was actively fighting for my family's safety, but I imagine that if myself or anyone else was in that situation, we'd probably be saying some things in the heat of the moment, you know, just with the adrenaline pumping and everything, that we didn't actually mean. It doesn't mean that we're racist or hateful people. And even if he is a full-blown bigot, arresting him for fighting people off his property is never the right thing to do. Moving on. In February of this year, British Prime Dictator Theresa May called for the ban of attacking politicians on social media. Sensitive. Look, everything comes with a price. When you put yourself in the public eye, you open yourself up to public criticism. That's just how this works. Everyone, from politicians, activists, celebrities, vloggers, and athletes get abused. Like when people tell me I look like Jimmy Neutron and John Travolta had a son. Or like that backstabbing snake Kevin Durant. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Don't call for a law to be passed because you're too fragile to handle any type of criticism. The fact is that if these politicians are too soft to handle mean words on the internet, then they're cowards who don't deserve the positions they're in. No, you shouldn't go to jail because you hurt someone's feelings online, but you should be locked away for trampling on someone's right to free speech. If it upsets you that much, then turn the computer off. Alright, let's keep the UK bashing wagon rolling, shall we? Last month a man, subject, was pulled over by a police officer and ticketed because his 2 young daughters were picking daffodils off the side of the street. Yeah, you heard that right too. That happened. I'm not kidding. It was caught on camera, he recorded it, so go ahead and watch the video for yourselves.
Rare.
Like I've explained to yourself, if everybody else picks flowers today on Mother's Day from the side of the road...
No, I think you're disgusting. Yeah. Taking flowers off of children that are picking them. What's your name, officer? Come on. Yeah.
Police station.
Yeah.
Just mind your back.
Alright, this is going on YouTube. Haven't you got anything better to do? Haven't you got
101.
anything better to do? Rather than harassing children.
I'll leave that with your partner then. You're not prepared to talk to me?
No, I completely... No, I don't care. The only one upsetting the girls is this officer, who I pay my taxes and pay her wages.
Alright. Like I say, I pay my taxes as
Right,
well.
clear off then.
I'm paying my
Go and
taxes.
catch some real criminals.
I pay my taxes for those as well, aren't I? The flowers.
Oh, well, the flowers that are on public land? Yeah, go on. Bother someone else. Catch some real criminals.
The video, unfortunately, isn't even the worst part. The comments supporting this on the original Facebook post are the most disturbing part of this. Here are a few of them. Good, so she should. The flowers are there for everyone, not just that thoughtless little madam and her father. Are you serious? Theft is theft. A lesson learned. I know a case where a girl stole flowers from a grave and sold them. Same story, different scenario, but somehow sounds worse. Maybe that's because it is worse. Here's another one. If everyone picked flowers from the side of the road, there would be none left for people to enjoy. Well done, that policewoman. My inner grammar Nazi is screaming. And England's outer Nazi is screaming. We saved these people from the Nazis so they could become them. I mean, seriously, people, we're talking about little girls picking flowers. It's not like they're pumping their own gas in Oregon or something like that. But nope. No exceptions, right? These comments show that it's not just the government that's the problem in England, it's a societal thing. And when you look at these comments and the dozens of others like it that were defending this police officer, you see why the UK is such an authoritarian hellhole. No wonder their royal subjects are constantly fleeing to the US to judge American talent. All three of these examples of extreme governmental overreach are blatant abuses of power. Abuses so harsh, they forced us to live amongst the likes of Piers Morgan back here in the United States.
How many gun murders were there?
Oh, you're going to ban your fist now?
In Britain last year?
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin?
Maybe sending him to us was England's attempt to fire the first shot to kick off the third war between us. Now, personally, I'm a non-interventionist, but I think if there was ever a reason to go to war with another country, Piers Morgan is it. He's very comparable to the weapons of mass destruction, if not worse. The only difference is Piers Morgan actually exists. But the worst part is these examples that I've just covered don't even begin to scratch the surface of the atrocities committed by the UK communist government. I could do a 20+ minute video on the state-sponsored executions of Charlie Gard and Baby Alfie, but I'm trying to stick to current events with this segment. So we'll just have to wait until the next time the UK's National Health Service sentences another child to death, because we know it's coming. Hey, thanks for watching. In case you didn't know, the UK Parliament just passed a law saying that if you don't hit the like and subscribe buttons, you're gonna do jail time. They also said if you don't turn the notifications on, you'll get a fine as well. So what are you waiting for? Visit us on our website to find out more about how you can get involved. That'll be posted down below. And give us a like on Facebook as well. Follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all that'll be posted down below. Because you know what? Our social media team is ballin'.